Wheatridge police now say at least 7 cars were involved in a series of crashes on I-70 yesterday. Cars were trying to avoid nearly 100 large blue plastic tubes spilled from an overturned semi. And tonight we're learning new information about 3 people killed in the crash, members of a family, and where that investigation stands from Wheatridge police. That semi lost control, turning over on I-70 near Ward Road, causing a huge traffic mess that lasted well over 6 hours. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Tom Green. Tonight, those 3 people who were killed in the crash have now been identified. And 9 News reporter Evan Krugel is live in that area tonight. And Evan, you had a chance to speak with the family of those victims.
I did, Tom, and you can see those huge blue pipes you mentioned still along the side of I-70 here. We're told these are what came crashing into multiple cars yesterday after that semi-truck tipped over here near Ward Road. And today we're learning those 3 victims were all members of the same family, including a newlywed couple and the bride's mother. Tonight, those family members have set up a fundraiser to help pay for funeral costs and also to support surviving members. Here are those victims. Family members tell us 33-year-old Ruben Rodriguez and 37-year-old Juliana Rodriguez Plata were killed, along with Juliana's mother, Luz Martinez. The couple was married just last week, and they were preparing to go on their honeymoon, according to the family. Now, their 1-year-old son and Juliana's father were also in the car at the time of the crash. We're told they were taken to the hospital and they have since been released along with that semi-truck driver. Wheatridge police tell us this investigation could take weeks, not days, to complete. And this is why. You can see just how big this debris field was. Police say it covered more than 700 feet, or about 2 football fields. In total, they believe the truck spilled close to 100 of these blue pipes, each one weighing about 500 pounds each. Now, police do have some video of this crash, but they are trying to gather more, and they're trying to speak with more witnesses or people who might have seen exactly what happened. Again, family members have set up a fundraiser to pay for that 1-year-old moving forward and to pay for funeral costs. We have all of that information on our website, 9news.com. In Wheatridge, Evan Krugel, 9 News.
Evan, so many people wondering what happened, and you think of those people whose lives were so suddenly changed a week ago, getting married, and then this, seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah, just an unbelievable situation for this family to be in. So much grief after so much joy. And again, they're hoping they can do the best for that 1-year-old who now lost both of his parents.
A lot of people are thinking of that 1-year-old and that family. Evan, thanks very much.
Another day of full sunshine in the metro area. A lot of people like that on a Friday. Also know, though, that we're about to touch the 90s again, maybe stay in the 90s. We're going to see near record temperatures this weekend, which means maybe upper 90s? Well, I don't know.
When you talk about record temperatures, that's why we bring in weather impact meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen. He's kind of our record guy.
Your records, right?
Corey.
All about records.
You guys know I like stats. So,
That's true.
I keep an eye on those kind of things. So yeah, upper 90s for tomorrow. We'll be chasing a record, which is 98 degrees, and the forecast is 98. So yeah, it's going to be another hot one tomorrow. Here right now, we're looking at some live radar out there, just a few scattered showers across parts of the state. Not too much impact. We still have a lot of blue skies here across the Denver area. We got up to 93 degrees today. Here's the rest of the night here as you look at your timeline forecast. It'll be mostly sunny all the way until the sun goes down. We're looking at staying in the 80s until about 9 o'clock tonight. So here's the impact headlines. These are the things that will impact your life here coming over the next few days. The heat wave will continue here. So we're calling this heat wave just near 90 or above here for the next 90 or for the next 9 days, 90s for 9 days. Record heat possible tomorrow. So the record is 98, and we'll be chasing that very close to either tying or breaking that. And then we'll bring in a little bit more flood potential for the mountains, because there will be some monsoon moisture coming in not only Sunday and Monday, but for the days ahead. I'll address all that coming up in the forecast.
All right, Corey, thanks. Police say a driver running from the cops hit a woman, injuring her. This all happened off a county road in Frederick last month.
The victim and the suspect were both rushed to the hospital, and both were able to walk away. So how does a suspect accused of leading police on a pursuit and hitting someone walk free? 9 News reporter Jaleesa Rosari is trying to figure that out.
Let's see.
Photo albums are usually meant for memories, but what happened on July 11th is something Heather Partida
I really don't.
doesn't want to remember. Heather was turning onto Colorado Boulevard from Highway 52 when she was hit. Records show a Frederick police officer was chasing a suspect in a stolen car. In the report, an officer says as the suspect began driving dangerously, they bailed on the chase. But the incident documents say the suspect kept going, eventually slamming into Heather, going an estimated 50 to 60 miles an hour.
Luckily, I didn't break anything, and so now it's just trying to get the concussion to heal and go away because my head has not stopped hurting since the accident. So, yeah.
Heather laughs because she knows she's gonna be okay. The suspect, on the other hand,
Suspects are not in custody.
well, who knows?
It's disappointing.
According to the report, the suspected driver and his passenger, who has 4 active warrants out from 4 agencies, were both taken to the hospital and then released without getting arrested.
What would it take? Them to kill me? They're going to more than likely eventually end up killing someone.
Frederick police said a statement saying in part, unless officers remain at the hospital for the duration of care, a warrant allows the officer to lawfully arrest the suspect at a future time and location.
Why are we depending on warrants? This whole thing happened because they were trying to capture him and because they were chasing him. Had that not been going on, I probably would not have ever even been hit.
Being hit started a sequence of unfortunate events.
Yeah, so this is the car that I was in.
A friend had gifted Heather that car just a few months ago. She could only afford liability insurance at the time, which means her car was not covered.
Yeah.
And it's totaled.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes me angry just to know that they have gone back to their lives like nothing ever happened when I don't get to do that.
All she gets to do is have a picture-perfect view of a memory she doesn't want to remember.
This whole entire situation and the choices that they were making were just really stupid on their part.
We should also add, police believe the driver hit 2 other cars before the pursuit even started. According to the Weld County DA's office, the warrants are still active and a CBI search shows the 2 have not been arrested in Colorado. We did ask the department why officers did not remain at the hospital and if there's a specific threshold or charge that would have kept them there, but we have yet to get a response. Reporting in the studio, Jaleesa Rosari, 9 News.
I think that's a question many of us have because usually after an accident, you don't necessarily know the extent of injuries and everything that happened for a while.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, obviously everyone was rushed to the hospital fairly quickly, right? But when you're trying to figure out charges and whatnot, you would think officers would be there at the hospital in case someone did get severely hurt or killed.
Right, right. At the very least to determine the state of everyone involved too. All right, thanks, Jaleesa. The Democratic National Convention starts on Monday in Chicago. Organizers revealed the stage and podium at the convention hall. Thousands of Democrats will convene to rally behind Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, as they formally accept the party's presidential nomination. President Biden, former President Barack Obama, and Hillary Clinton will be some of the key speakers. 9 News will be bringing you live coverage of the DNC this year. Our coverage begins on Monday night. Kyle Clark will be in Chicago through Thursday, bringing you a better look at Kamala Harris's platform and other highlights from the convention. You'll see that coverage here on 9 News and 9 News Plus.
The Green Bay Packers are here in town in Power Field, ready for the first home preseason game for this year's Broncos on Sunday evening. Of course, we've been talking about the stadium. We'll be having some new stuff for fans this year. Meanwhile, today, down south, Bo Nix and the Broncos held the biggest practice of the summer at Broncos headquarters, a joint workout with the Packers before the game. Well, coming up at about 4:30, our Broncos insider Mike Kliss is going to join us to talk about how things went down there. And a little bit later, Ryan Harris will also be with us for more on the Sunday matchup. Yeah, you don't want to forget, you can watch Ryan and Steve Levy right here on 9 News this Sunday. Broncos and Packers with our coverage beginning at 5:30. Kickoff is set for 6 o'clock.